Yeah, so I get the sense that there are some people behind closed doors who are pulling the strings, who might have put pressure on the president to let go of the minister. However, on the other hand, the president is well aware that if he does that, it will be a project gone wrong, because that will play into the hands of the minister, and that she might regroup and hit back. So the president opted then to use a softy approach by apologizing, wrongfully so, on behalf of the minister. And I think that was a wrong move. I understand the rationale behind it, because now the minister has disowned that apology. The issue is that in as much as the president has implicit power, in the sense that he's got power that is accorded to him by the constitution, he can fire the minister, blah, blah, blah. On the other hand, the minister has implicit power that is attached to her personality. She's not a pushover. And it's not going to be easy for the president to maneuver around this one.
You say the president released an apology, and you think it's a wrong move. Why is it wrong?
It's wrong because you cannot apologize on behalf of someone. If you want to make someone apologize, that person has to apologize on behalf of herself. Full stop. Now the president is walking around with an egg on his face because there was a rebuttal. I mean, when someone called me last night to say that the minister has withdrawn that article that she wrote, I knew that there was nothing of the sort, because when I read that article, I could see that it was written by someone with strong political convictions. No wonder there was a rebuttal later on.
How respected is the office of the president if within the cabinet we are seeing such scenes playing themselves out in public?
The problem is that the war that has broken out within the ANC has had a spillover effect to the state machinery. In the bigger scheme of things is the upcoming conference of the ANC. The minister is showcasing her availability. She is basically, challenging the president, posing a threat to him. And I think if she also wants to be nasty, she can say that she's being bullied because she's a woman, regardless of whether that is true or not. And if she says so, I can bet my bottom dollar she will take the entire, feminist bloc of the ANC to the conference. So am I doing that? In as much as in theory, the president has the prerogative powers, but in practice, I think the minister has an upper hand.
What is her crime? Is it what was said? Is it how it was said? Is it by whom it was said?
My view is that I've got mixed feelings about the article that she wrote in the beginning. The first one, I'll tell you why, because there are elements of truth in what she says. For instance, she talks about political co-option and political assimilation for purposes of political conformity, which is true. And she makes reference to triple BE as a mechanism that has been used to co-opt black people at the expense of the majority. That is true, because what we have seen in the so-called New South Africa has been the emergence of a tiny minority of the black political elite as the main beneficiaries of the fruits of democracy. So she does have a point, but I think maybe people were offended by the fact that she referred to some people as house Negroes or political stooges, but even that language too is also understandable in my opinion, because that is a political language. It's not like she was using words which are not acceptable.
It's standard practice with many companies to make you sign an agreement that says you will protect the image of the company, you will protect the brand of the company. Does it appear to you that political parties have something like this? If not, should they?
The Constitution is the supreme law of the country. Section 2 of the Constitution says the Constitution is the supreme law of the country. Anything that is inconsistent with the Constitution must be declared as invalid. So the policies of institutions, political parties, and so on, they cannot go against what the Constitution stands for. That is extremely important. The Constitution makes a provision for people to propagate their views, as the minister has done. So I don't think that she was at fault by writing that piece. Though I think that there was an element of political opportunism, in the sense that she knows that the conference will be held very soon, and therefore she must write something that will be a spark, and use that as a rallying point in the build-up to the conference.
Dr. Ntsikelelo Breakfast is a political analyst. Thank you for availing yourself this afternoon.